just off the bat is the UK Blu-ray of Castle Falls, starring Scott Adkins and Dolph Lundgren. This isn't a bad little film. It was only cost us about £7 on Blu-ray. No extras. Basically, Adkins is like a washed-up MMA fighter, and Dolph Lundgren is like a prison warden, and they both get wind of this. I think it's a $3 million fortune stashed in the old building, which is about to be abandoned, and they both need the money for different reasons. So, however, there's also a gang of criminals who want money as well. So, all converge in this building in case whoever gets the money first. I wouldn't say it was classic Scott Adkins. He's done better than this, but certainly not a bad film.
I
So
like him, I think. Good.
yeah, yes, I must admit, since the last time I was over, I really went on an Atkins kick,
Hmm.
and I went back to a lot of his old films. And hey, John, I think the Debs will really go from like, you
Well,
know,
I do as well. He was in John Claude. He was in John Wick 4,
he
but
was,
he couldn't
yeah,
recognize him. But yeah, he's good martial artist for what he is. He's some of these ones when you get the more sort of uh, European or American martial artists who think they're good and not.
mm.
You think you can spot a mile off, but he's got the skills like.
You can tell he's the real deal Atkins with it. You know, he's certainly talented. Yeah, I mean, again, I wouldn't. He's definitely done better than this, and I'll come to those shortly. But again, worth a watch for £7. It's not too bad at all.
Don't think I've even seen this. I heard of it. Yeah, so no, he's a decent martial artist, and I think he's. Do you think he should be a little bit more better known? Do you think he could be someone a bit like Jason Statham?
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Well,
maybe,
he is. Yeah, because he is. Well, he's very big in like DTV circles, direct to video. He's
yeah,
done a lot of direct to video
but
stuff. So,
he should be a bit further up the
well, he
ladder.
was.
Do you think?
He was in. He was in Doctor Strange. He was in. What was the other one he was in? There was some. Expendables 2, and he was obviously in John Wick
Really?
4. Yeah, he's in Expendables 2.
I
Has
don't
the
know.
fight with Jason Statham, and he's in John Wick 4 as well. But yeah, he should be bigger. And
Yeah,
actually, Dolph Lundgren's actually quite good in that. I think he's matured as an actor over the years, Dolph Lundgren.
he has.
Yeah, so I think he's quite
Yeah,
good.
he used to
Uh,
be quite wooden when he first started.
yeah, actually, yeah, but not now. I definitely think it's improved a bit.
Uh,
And again, back to Universal Soldier. This is Universal Soldier: Day of Reckoning. This is the Australian Blu-ray release. Now, Scott Adkins is the main actor in this one. Lundgren and Van Damme are in it, but just not as much. Now, again, this is directed by the same guy, John Hyams, and there's some pretty solid action scenes in here for film done on a low budget. Quite a cheap
mhm.
film, but really well done for the
Yeah,
money they've had to work with. But what I would say about this, okay, lovely quality as well, mind you. What I would say, anybody out there with photosensitive epilepsy, there's some scenes in here of
uh,
extreme strobe lighting effects, and I had to turn away more than once when these scenes kicked in. It,
like
it,
intense.
it was really intense. I
Yeah,
couldn't. It was,
I don't really understand that
you
because
know.
it can cause someone some serious damage.
Well, because it starts
Yeah.
off and it really gets. And like I say, I couldn't look. I had to turn away. So please be aware of that if you have this unfortunate condition. Please be aware of that. But apart from that, great action scenes. Um, to me, it didn't seem much like a Universal Soldier movie. It was more like I don't know, like a guy like maybe he's Universal Soldier meets Total Recall or Memento or something like that. That was only my take. I could be wrong. But the action scenes were great, and so quite enjoyable. Give it a watch and tell us what you think.
Yeah, well, I was going to say it's umbrella, but obviously
No, no, it's
just
yeah,
I think of the umbrella as that, but obviously that's the Australian rating. So yes, so well probably after the video you can tell us where these sit in order
yeah.
because
That came after Regeneration, and I think there's a pretty good fight in there between Adkins and Lundgren as well later
right,
on in
so
the film.
I put them on side, but I put them in order of
Yeah. So if
what they
you're
are.
if you're going to watch Universal Soldier, obviously you said what's the first one back from '92. If you were to ignore the two DTV
Aye,
films, which again be no big loss, you would watch Universal Soldier Return, which I haven't got. Then you would watch that, and then Day of Reckoning.
right.
That's the order you watch them.
Okay.
And the next one is the Blu-ray, two-disc Blu-ray, I believe, of Invaluable,
Yes.
the story of the Evil Dead legend Tom Sullivan.
Mhm.
Okay, now this is not a documentary about so much about the making of the Evil Dead. It's about Tom Sullivan's life and
Yeah.
the as the title would implies, the invaluable contribution he made to the Evil Dead. Pretty good documentary this, and doesn't shy away from the bad times Sullivan's went through in his life. So it's quite bang on the money, and it's got some interviews with some of the Evil Dead cast, all of this, So, and I believe it also visits the original location, which you wouldn't recognise now. Believe you
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
you know. But I've since upgraded to the Synapse Blu-ray. Okay, so I don't need this anymore. So yeah, give it a go.
Well, that's amazing. As you know, Mikey, he's a big fan of Evil Dead.
You were telling us,
Yeah,
yeah, you were
he
telling us
is a
earlier.
fan of Evil Dead. Now he's already passed the Blu-ray on to me of this one.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, the DVD. First DVD they got, I think, from the actual director himself.
Mm-hmm.
So I would be keeping that one, obviously, because Mikey, sent that over to me. And yeah, I do want to watch this one because I watched bits of it, and it's. Have you seen this?
I have, yeah. It's a pretty good documentary. Yeah, like I say, if you're expecting the Ultimate Evil Dead documentary, you're not going to get here. It's about Tom Sullivan and
But
and,
it,
and
it's got a lot of
Evil Dead. Oh yeah, Evil Dead themed
behind the
information.
scenes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Information.
it's
Yeah, so yeah, there
a
is
must-have for
yeah,
all Evil Dead
it
fans.
is.
Yes, I would
Yeah,
totally agree with that.
yeah.
That's great. That was a huge fan of Evil Dead, as you know.
It's you.
Oh yeah,
Oh really? Yeah.
really. Yeah.
Debs of the Dead.
Debs of the Dead.
Deadite Debs.
That's it, aye.
Right. And the next one is the Blu-ray of Ninja and Ninja 2 Shadow of a Tear, both starring Scott Adkins. This came as a rattler, so again, I don't need this copy. The first film was okay. I think everybody appears to be dubbed in the first film, and
Okay.
the action's not too bad in it. I would probably watch it once more, but probably no more than that. I believe this particular release, I think it could be in the wrong ratio. I think the proper ratio is 2.40, but again, I could be wrong. I much prefer the sequel, Ninja 2, which was cut over here, I believe.
Really?
Yeah, it's you can tell with the second one if I have more money to play with.
Right.
The action's better, and it's just generally just a better film, more enjoyable. Like I say, it took me a while to get a copy with no rattler in.
All right.
So my advice would be, if watch Ninja, it's I might watch it once more, no more than that. The sequel's definitely worth repeated views. I definitely enjoyed the second one more. So have a look. Tell me what you think.
Yeah. Actually, I was going to say to you before I start the video, have you seen, I've heard of a movie on Netflix called Carter?
I have seen it. The Korean film, shot from like. Have you seen it? Yeah.
Aye. When I started watching it,
Mhm.
how violent has that
It
been?
is. It is. Yeah.
I thought, I put it on because I thought, I wonder if Deborah would like this one.
Hmm.
But when I saw it, I thought, I think it's a bit too much for her.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I've seen it.
Because
Yeah.
yeah, because obviously the content in the
It
back,
is everything that goes
the
on.
steam room,
Yeah. At the
I
start.
thought,
Yeah.
no, she won't like that. Like, yeah, we are big fans of martial arts in this thing. Deborah's a big fan of martial arts. As I said to you before, if I
Mm,
say, do you want to watch a movie? Do you want
mm,
to? No, no, no. Do you want to watch a kung fu movie? Yes, yes, yes. So I've just got to really just go, here you go. And she
mm,
says, she never turns her nose up at anything.
mm,
She's got favourites, Donnie Yen and stuff like that. But I think once she's watched, when I say Scott Adkins, which
yeah.
it doesn't translate actually, but is he in Ip Man as well?
He's a bad guy number 4. He plays Barton Geddes. Yeah. The,
Right.
the guy.
Well,
Yeah. So he is in that.
I can say remember that. She probably won't remember it.
Mm,
But what I will say is that give him a shot,
yeah.
and she'll be hooked on him. I know because she likes that sort of
Yeah.
um this sort of I'm saying like a burly man. That
Yeah.
sounds a bit. I mean, I'm a burly
He's
man.
a big guy.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah.
what this?
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah.
Burly
John Atkins. Yeah.
John
Yeah.
Burly Perry.
That's right.
You know
That's
that.
it.
So yeah, but yeah, I'm interested to see. I know for a fact before without even
Mm.
talking about it, she will love these
I
little
think I
movies.
think she will. I think she will really take
Yeah.
Atkins because I mean I did. I must admit that I tend to push them off until I actually really sort of watching and I realise what I missed. Okay, and the next one is again
Wow.
back to Scott Atkins. This is Eliminators. Now, don't be put off by this as a WWE production. This is pretty. I quite enjoyed this. Is quite solid action.
Yeah.
The trouble is with this one. This is actually a used copy of. Well, I should say like new. Actually, I brought it in error, thinking it was a new copy. It was my fault. I should have looked at it more in the description. So when it came, and plus the case is a bit damaged as well, unfortunately.
Mhm.
So when this copy came, I realised I brought the wrong copy. It was a used copy. I did manage to track down a new copy, which came with a slipcase. Cost us a little bit more than I want to pay for it, but it's one that's taken off the list. Not a bad little film. There's actually some good action scenes as well. And Atkins, if I remember rightly, puts on a very convincing American accent. Because one thing about Atkins is you really do good accents. You can do good American,
Can actually.
do a good Russian accent, and also a good Irish accent as well. Yeah, he
No.
seems to really pull off the accents quite well. But give this one a go, and
I
again, I
will.
hope you enjoy it as well.
As with most of his movies, it's funny because when you get someone like I'm going to use Steven Seagal, for instance. He has
Oh,
like
David Wilk loves him. David
really
Wilk loves the girl. Oh yeah.
he has a new movie out every week or every weekend, and if you're trying to collect this stuff, you
Yeah.
think there's millions you never even heard of. But you know, and no disrespect to Atkins or really Steven Seagal, I haven't heard of these ones,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not surprised because they don't get promoted or anything, do they?
Well, exactly. That's it.
You know,
Because they go DTV, direct to video, and that was my mistake. That was my mistake
yeah,
because as you've said, I mean, a lot of these because they bypass the cinema, so go straight to video. You tend to either don't realise they're there or you just overlook them, and that was my mistake. So when I realised what I was missing out with Scott Adkins, I went right back to the start and I tracked down all of the best films, ones which had the best online reputations. And hey, I've had a blast. I'm going to
well,
be
back
honest.
in the day, straight to video was a really frowned upon phrase, wasn't it?
Exactly,
It used to
exactly.
make
Yeah.
that you were actually going to watch
Mm.
trash.
But the good thing is with these Adkins ones, and it is again when he tends to. There's two directors he tends to work with, and these directors tend to bring out the best in him.
Right.
There's Isaac Florentine and there's Jesse B. Johnson. And I've seen the films he's made with these two directors, and they work wonders with budgets, low budgets, to really do make the most of every penny they have. So again, we're back to Scott Adkins. It's this Accident Man based on the UK comic strip about I think back in the early '90s. Used to appear in the Accident Man was a character. Used to appear in a comic called Toxic, I believe. I used to collect it at the time.
Remember
Um,
that?
yeah, actually, I believe the late Ray Stevenson, who I come from Tynemouth, I think he was just up the road. Your Ray Stevenson, the actor, sadly passed away recently. I believe
What was he reading?
he was in Book of Eli. He was in G.I. Joe,
I
Retaliation.
know the name.
Yeah, you know his face.
Go on, John. I'm just
Yeah,
going to look at
yeah.
him because
I believe Ray Stevenson actually just up the road at time out. They sadly passed away recently, unfortunately. He was in
I know the
Outpost as
name.
well, the Nazi zombie movie, Outpost.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah,
Is he a big fella?
yeah, big. He was a Punisher in Punisher Warzone. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's who he was, Punisher. Yeah,
Yes, that's him, isn't it?
that's him. I believe he's from up here. Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Sadly passed away recently. Rest in
I
peace.
didn't know that.
Now, I've never seen this one. I know there's a sequel out, and I've seen the trailer for the sequel. The sequel looks great, Accident Man 2. I've never had a chance to. I don't think it's out on Blu-ray yet. But this looks okay
I
from what
should
I've
have just
seen.
looked on the cover there. He's on.
He's there. I believe that's him. Yeah. So give it a go. Tell me what you think.
Yeah, definitely. It's weird when you hear about people living in your area.
Yeah.
Now, I keep going on about this girl who lived Riseborough, I think it's like.
Andrea Riseborough from
Yes.
Possessor
And
and
she's from Whitley Bay.
Mandy. Yeah.
Right, she was born in Whitley Bay.
Was she?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know anyone who knows her, and
Mhm.
she may have been born here and not lived here that long,
Yeah.
but she's definitely from Whitley
Yeah.
Bay.
All right.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now, apparently
excellent.
Scott Atkins is a big fan of the Accident Man comic strip, so it was labour of love for him to make this film. So hopefully it'll be good.
Is it a comedy?
It's like action comedy.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was going to say,
action
because it
comedy.
looks a bit like it's got that tinge to it,
Now, like I say, the sequel looks even
Brilliant.
better.
Scott Atkins, here we
Yeah,
come.
yeah. Here we go. Back to
Deborah would
Atkins
be,
again.
she would never say,
Mm.
no, I'm not going to try them.
Oh,
She'd
she wants to. It's her loss, believe you me. And the next one is the Canadian Blu-ray of the Death Collector. Now, that's why I mentioned you before. The DVD
yeah,
you don't need anymore.
right.
So I managed to pick up a Blu-ray copy with a slipcase. I don't need this one anymore. Brand new. And again, I've mentioned this one before, one of the earlier videos. Basically, Atkins is a martial artist who becomes a debt collector to earn some extra money. Again, well made on a low budget. Great action, great fights. More like a buddy
Yeah.
action comedy. Now,
You don't need to have massive budgets on these, do you?
no,
To get a good movie.
no, but and I've seen the sequel as well, Payback, which is even better than this.
Is he in it?
Payback. Yeah, both the main two characters, Scott Atkins and Lewis Manilo, they're both in the sequel as well, and it continues on after this. And
Yeah.
the sequel's even better. It's great. Yeah, again, leave that to me. I'll sort you out with that. But have a look at that and tell me what you think.
Yeah. This was one of the ones where you did give us a DVD, and me
Mhm.
and Deborah have watched quite a few of the DVD.
Oh,
Raging Fire, which was amazing. So, well, basically, when I was telling her about that pile I got from
Mm,
January.
mm,
Last January, I said to her, I've got a load of stuff here, a load of martial arts things. And she
mm.
immediately said,
Yeah.
any Donnie Yen? I said, get out and watch it at night,
Yeah. Yeah.
So great film though.
But
I
it's
just think it's
well worth a
okay.
watch. Yeah, if you like I say, don't be put up by the low budget DTV origins. It's a great little film. Well worth a watch.
Well, I think we're of a time where we can, if a film's good, doesn't matter what the budget is.
Hmm. Hmm.
We don't have to have one of these ones where we used to say, I don't know about people now
Hmm.
that might see a one that hasn't got like $1 billion budget and
Yeah.
go, well, I'm not touching that
Hmm.
because it was made in a shoestring.
Yeah.
But we don't mind that.
No, I think I
We've
was
never
one.
been that put
Yeah.
off because you can see some really classics on low
You
budget
can,
movies.
you
Can't
can, yeah. I think I was one time when like a direct to video like Reputation was like the kiss of death for film,
you? It
but
was, yeah.
not now, not now.
Yeah.
It's one doesn't know budgets these days. And the next one is this classic Avengement with Scott Adkins, as if you hadn't guessed, and Craig Faircross. Now, if you like
All right.
if you like a lot of these sudden gangster movies like Rise of the Foot Soldier, Football Factory, that sort of thing, The Business with Danny Dyer,
Yeah.
what was the other one? Vendetta as well. You can't go wrong with this. This is brilliant. It's
Green Street.
yeah, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Now, I'll tell you what. Now, I know you were like your shotgun effects. This has got one hell of a shotgun effect in this.
Really.
It's brilliant. No, it's Adkins is basically like he's a character escapes from jail and he wants revenge on the people who put him in there. I don't want to give too much away. But it's yeah, the action's great in this. I mean, there are some plot holes in there which you can sort of see coming in,
Aye.
which you can sort of put your finger through. And there's some characters, you might recognise some various soaps, TV soaps.
Yeah, I know
But
what you mean.
like I say, I was really my brother's watched this multiple times, over 6 times he's watched this.
Really?
Yeah, I've only ever seen it once. I enjoyed it, but I've never had a chance to watch it again.
I don't think your Davy's going back to watch multiple time. Is he?
He,
Did you? Does
he
he?
knows he's not like me. He doesn't
Yeah.
watch, but this one,
He likes his
he loves
movies,
it.
but he's not
He's not like
as
me.
invested as you.
He's not like me,
Yeah.
But he loves this,
Wow.
and he couldn't praise us enough, and he was surprised when he realised I've seen it, so I beat him to the punch. But nobody loves it, and I'm not surprised because, like I say, a low budget film, DTV, but don't be put off by that. It's a great film. Excellent, excellent action, and I can see why people say this is one of Adkins' best performances because he is really watchable in this, and the character he plays is really sort of edgy guy. You don't push this guy too far
Aye.
because he's going to bite, and when he bites, you know about it. But give it a go, and hey, you'll love it, John. I'm sure you will. But you'll know that shocker effect when you see it. Believe you
Right.
me.
I'll keep an eye out for that. But no, I've never. It's I don't really see these. I don't know if I not that I don't go looking for them,
Mm.
but you don't really. They're not front of house, are they?
Well, I would
They're
never
kind
have
of
known
away from the things.
exactly. I would never have known about this had I not. When I was looking up, like I say, Atkins' back catalogue online, I came across this.
Mm.
Otherwise, I would never have known. It would have been my loss. So yeah, well
Even in
worth a
like
watch.
CX, I've never seen anything like that before. You don't see these at all, do you?
Yeah.
I know this is a UK one. Really strong language.
It is. Oh, yeah. And yeah, but like I say,
Wow.
John, I'm sure you'll love it. And again, Scott Atkins again. Now, this is the American double bill of, hey, great films. He's Close Range and Savage Dog. Again, Close Range was made by Isaac Florentine. Savage Dog was Jesse V. Johnson. And again, low budget films, yeah, but really well made on the budgets. And especially the Savage Dog. The end, if you bear with it, it takes a little while to get going, but if you bear with it, really brutal at the end, really heavily violent.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you. Yeah, it's quite like a lot of nastiness going on there. But yeah, both great films, lovely quality as well. You know, again, I can't stress enough with these Atkins ones I mentioned. Don't be put off by the lack of money. These are really well made, and if you like, you know, if if you don't go and expect a Hollywood blockbuster, you're going to have a great time. Also, the bad guy in Savage Dog is played by Marco Zorro, who also turned up in John Wick 4. And he gets attacked by the dogs at the finish. I think is it something like that.
Oh, aye.
The guy with the mustache and he's got
Yeah.
yeah. He's a pretty solid martial artist. He's pretty good. So he plays a bad guy, goes up against our kids in this. But again, John, I reckon you love these, mate.
What do you think, the John Wicks?
I like them. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's well for me. Certainly some of the best action movies of recent years, like alongside like The Equalizer, Denzel Washington,
Yeah.
brilliant. Dread. Raid movies, Ninja Assassin, Punisher Warzone, the last two Rambo movies, Expendables movies, Bullet to the Headstone.
Aye.
They're all great action movies, yeah, in the last recent years because they're more like back to the old school, which is always the best way to
Yeah,
the old school action are the best ones.
yeah, I agree.
And uh, one last spot of Adkins, and this is Biker Undisputed 4. Now, what a film this is! If you've seen any of the Undisputed sequels from Undisputed 3 to 4, hey, these are brilliant. You love the fights in these, John.
Well, actually, the lad I used to work with called Graham,
Mm,
and he said, "Have you seen this movie,
mm,
Boyka?" And I went, "Never heard of it." So he showed us some clips of
mm.
it, and I said, "That looks all right to me." And
Fantastic.
he said it, Scott Atkins. I said, "Oh yeah, I
Mm,
know him.
yeah.
I don't know him personally, but I'd said he's definitely someone on our radar. I've seen a few of his stuff." But he said, and I thought, I'll have to see that one. Obviously, it went out my mind. This
Mm,
was about a year ago when he told us,
mm.
and there it is.
Well, I've got a copy of Undisputed 2 on DVD because you can't get it on Blu-ray over here, but I've got the DVD for you. Undisputed 2 is brilliant. Okay, I've seen Undisputed 3. Cost us a small fortune on Blu-ray to get it.
Really?
Took a bit of a gamble on the DVD, but the copyright pristine. I've seen Undisputed 3. I don't think you can get over here, which is funny because you can get 2 and 4, but not 3. But 3 is great. And you can get this over here on DVD, but not on Blu-ray. This is the American Blu-ray. And this is, like I say, Boycott Undisputed 4. Fantastic fights in all three films. Undisputed 2, Undisputed 3, and Undisputed 4. Fantastic choreography. Honestly, John, you
Yeah.
love these, man.
No, the clips I've seen of it look absolutely brilliant, and yeah, brutal if anything.
To me, this kind of choreography is as close as you're going to get a like Hong Kong style of choreography.
Aye.
You're really sort of well,
Is
when they know
is that the bloke he was in John Wick, wasn't
he was in episode of Benidorm. He's actually he's like your
he?
man Mountain. He's actually huge. He's
Oh yeah,
Martin Ford. He's huge.
his
Um,
tattoos are a bit
yeah,
ruthless, man.
yeah,
Long day
yeah.
and all that
Oh,
bits.
when you
I
he's
think
probably
I'll get them tomorrow. Yeah.
he's probably a lovely guy as well if you bump into him on the street, but
Well, you
when
wouldn't
you
start any rubbish with them, would you?
no, I mean you see the size of him, mate. He is,
No,
he is,
he's
he
class.
is
Seen
humongous.
a few things. Brilliant. I really do want to see that one
Mm,
because, like I say, I've seen some clips of it. It looked fantastic.
mm. Okay, and the next one is Slipcase. If Man, The Awakening. Again, one of the Ip Man spin-offs. Okay, this is your American release. I picked up the UK one, so I don't need this one anymore. I would say this is probably the weakest of the Ip Man spin-offs so far. Not necessarily a bad film. The fights and all that pretty good, but at the end of the day, if you want a man, you've got to go back to the Donnie Yen films. For Donnie Yen, they are the best.
It's so
Um,
good, aren't they?
I mean, you've still got the UHD,
Yeah,
yeah,
the
yeah,
4K.
yeah,
Honestly, the
absolutely.
4K, especially on 4, I've never seen nothing like it. It
Hmm.
is so like the colours,
Yeah,
because it's
I
color
remember
buffer.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
in the
I
alleyway,
know.
the fight in the
Yeah,
alleyway.
when you saw that on the I showed you about it, didn't I?
Yeah,
When you brought it over,
when
we
you got
looked at it.
the Bruce Lee, yeah, he fights the
Yeah,
karate guy. Yeah.
it's one of the best 4Ks that I've ever seen.
Mhm. Well, I've never seen all of the Ip Man spin-offs. I've seen Ip Man: The Legends Born, and I quite enjoyed it. That was good. Now, but this again,
What's that other one
you've got
with
you've got Ip Man: The Legends Born, Ip Man Kung Fu Master. You've got both of them.
so what's the one with
Anthony Wong.
Batista in? Was that
Oh, that's Master Z, the Ip Man Legacy.
yeah.
That's the one with
That,
Max Zhang in it. He plays Master Z, who I think
that was brilliant.
it's good, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, Dave Bautista. Yeah, it's
we really enjoyed that one.
Michelle Yeoh's in it as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Michelle
Tony
Yeoh.
Shaw. Tony Shaw. Yeah.
I don't know what it is about Michelle Yeoh, but she's got that kind of it's almost she's obviously broken out the mold of
Oh yeah.
being
Yeah.
what though like one of these I'm going to say throwaway martial artists
Mm.
way back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Not saying throwaway, she was great, but you would have thought she would have had a time and then gone.
Yeah.
But she went through the whole lot, hasn't she?
She's like a fine wine. She's aged
Yeah,
gracefully.
and
She really
she doesn't
has.
show everything she does is always good.
When
She never went off the boil.
yeah, you can't really pinpoint like a bad period.
Aye.
She's pretty much been
She's
consistent.
been
Yeah.
consistent from day one.
Yeah.
And it's hard for a martial artist somebody coming from that school
Mm.
doing that.
Mm.
Not many do it, do they?
Not many, because I mean, like I say, some tend to come and go, and there's been a few who've basically, lingered on, like Jackie Chan, Sammo Hung, and Johnny Yen. Michelle Yeoh's another one.
Yeah.
You know, But again, like I say, if you lower your expectations, you should enjoy it. But it's definitely the weakest Hitman film I've seen.
Yeah, I know nothing's going to touch the four, so you kind of know that you're not going to get that happening.
Yeah.
And I don't think anything would come after it would do that
Mm-hmm.
because they are exceptional. But the fact that these from the same universe, I'm going to say,
The Hitmaniverse.
brilliant,
You also see Impossible Evidence as well on the slipcase.
like a bit of an embossment.
Actually, I just feel it. I just feel it. Head leader more, blazing saddles more coming there. Who just let me have a little feel?
He's such a lech, isn't he?
Good. Yeah. And the next one we've got is the Arrow Blu-ray of the early 70s Giallo Who Saw Her Die, directed by Aldo Ledo, starring George Lazenby and I think it's Anita Strindberg, I think it is. Actually, this arrived damaged. The case, as you can see, is damaged. This is how I got it from Arrow with their wonderful packaging.
Yeah,
Um,
I know.
so again, I wasn't happy with that, so I've got a replacement copy, so I don't need this one.
Well, as you know from Dave Ramsey, he gives us some sort
Mm,
of things like them,
yeah.
so I can get those boxes are coming very handy for the ones that have got them cracks in them.
Yeah, it was like that Friday Steel book. That looked. You wouldn't know there was anything wrong with that when you put it in the plastic case.
You put it in plastic case, and obviously I just tweaked the corner of it,
Mm-hmm.
bent it slightly.
Mm-hmm.
But you put it in them cases,
And you wouldn't.
and it literally is on the shelf. It looks perfect.
It does. It
And even
does.
when you
Yeah.
take it
Yeah.
out, you're
Definitely.
looking at the bit that's damaged. You can't see it, can you?
No. No.
Great.
Exactly. No. But this one predates Don't Look Now, and they do share some similarities. Again, I'm not going to go too far into it because
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Don't Look Now. I'll be honest with you. I would much rather watch this. But again, early 70s giallo, as stylish as you can imagine. You know. But yeah, well worth watching. I mean, Aldo Ledo's a pretty good director. He directed Night Train Murders. He directed The Humanoid in the late 70s with Richard Keel, the Star Wars rip-off. Yeah,
I can't remember that one.
yeah. I don't think you can.
I can't
Can
remember
you?
the movie itself, but I remember the title. Yes.
Yeah, it's yeah, but this is pretty good giallo. Yeah, like I see. I just wish the case had arrived damaged, but there we go. I've sorted it
There's
out now.
how many Giallos must there be in the world? Thousands.
More than that, can you remember? Yeah, I'd simply have drawn the brain capacity for that.
Right.
But yeah, have a good check it out. Tell us what you think. Excuse me.
I didn't even know this was it.
It's a
So
US release, so
I was going to,
you
yeah,
can't
I
get
was
an
going to
opinion.
say because I've got no knowledge of this one at all. Is this released by Shameless?
Yeah, the DVD. Yeah, exactly.
Because I knew the title.
As you might notice, well as a little Nicoletta Elmi in there from Flash for Frankenstein. She plays the Baron's daughter. She was in Baron Blood and Demons as well. You know,
Oh,
with the
yeah,
red
and
hair.
she,
You know,
yeah, and she grows. You would never put that girl
no, no.
because in Deep Red she's the one who has the
Yeah, yeah,
what's the
that's right.
thing? Yeah,
When
but she
this,
can't believe they're left in because they don't like animal cruelty.
well, I think originally that was going to go, but I think they left it in for some reason.
But a lot of people don't know that the girl from Demons. What I'll do is I'll put a picture of her up there.
Mm.
When I do this,
Oh yeah, the little
put a picture
thumbnail. Yeah,
up there from Demons,
mm.
and then I'll show you the picture of her
Mm.
from
Yeah,
Deep Red.
yeah, that's right.
And I used to watch. I've also seen all their movies
Mm,
countless times.
mm.
But until you know, you don't think, "Oh, that's her grown up," do you?
I wonder how old she is now, Nicola Elmi. I wonder how old she is now. I
Well,
mean,
I would say conservatively between 50 and 60. Can't
I
be,
hadn't thought so
yeah,
around about that age, you know.
I think maybe a bit older than that.
The last time I saw was like I say, was in Demons when she plays the Usurette.
I
Yeah.
know. Good part as well, actually.
Right. Okay. So
Beautiful.
we're coming up to half an hour. Is that okay? You want to?